Hey, good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Myra Ansari. We are going live to Mayor Greenberg's weekly press briefing. He's talking about several topics today, including Worldfest and the mayor's hike, bike, and paddle. They've just started at the Belvedere. Let's listen in.
Drink lots of water when you're outside, but welcome to the Belvedere. Welcome to the heart of downtown Louisville. I'm so excited about the future of this property. We are working hard every day on new, exciting plans to transform the Belvedere into a world-class, innovative destination. And during this fall, we're going to be talking a lot more about that, sharing ideas, sharing some visions. And so I cannot wait to be talking about and working on the future of the Belvedere. But for this weekend, this is going to be the place to be this weekend in Louisville. Labor Day weekend is always the beginning of our fall festival season here in Louisville. We do festivals so incredibly well all year round in Louisville. And during the fall, there are so many wonderful events that kick off during Labor Day weekend. And they kick off right here on the Belvedere in downtown Louisville. This weekend, we are going to be hosting over 150,000 people right here on the Belvedere at both Worldfest and the 20th anniversary of the hike, bike, and paddle. Both of these events have become Labor Day traditions for all of us here in Louisville and people across the entire region. I know that so many families plan their Labor Day holiday weekends around these amazing two events of Worldfest and hike, bike, and paddle. So I'm excited today to share some of the plans and some of the people who are involved in making these events so special. First, I want to give a giant shout out to everyone at the J. Wagner Group, Joey Wagner and all of his colleagues who are working with us for the first time this year. Yeah, they get a round of applause. I heard that. Joey, thanks to you and all of your colleagues at the J. Wagner Group for producing what are going to be two unforgettable weekend events this Labor Day. And I know we're just getting started. First, with Worldfest. We're celebrating the global cultures and communities that come together in Louisville. The communities and cultures that enrich our life through art, through music, food, and so much more from all around the world. We have 3 entertainment stages, one of which are on right now, showcasing international, national, regional, and local performers all weekend long. We have a parade of cultures with nearly 1,000 people participating that are going to celebrate all of the great global cultures that make up Louisville. And we're going to have a global village highlighting customs and traditions from all over the world. We also have a children's international activity zone with arts, crafts, and so much more. A world of information that informs citizens about services for our international residents. And one of the highlights each year is always a naturalization ceremony where we're going to celebrate 300 new Americans becoming U.S. citizens. A wonderful way to kick off September, which I'll officially designate as Welcoming Month here in Louisville. And as always, we're going to see amazing performers on these stages all weekend long. And I'm excited right now to welcome 2 of those performers who are going to be performing with us at Worldfest. These 2 gentlemen have an incredible story. Kush and Neil Nijavan, twin brothers. Kush and Neil are twin brothers, born and raised right here. They went to Manual High School, and as performers, they're known as Twin Jobby. I'm sure many of you have seen their performances online. Their music combines their family's Indian heritage with the sounds that they grew up to listening in our city. Twin Jobby has gotten over 20 million streams online, and it just continues to grow each and every day. Earlier this year, Twin Jobby became the only Indian American artist to crack the top US 100 charts to date. That is so incredible. And so we're looking forward to having Kush and Neil on stage with us this weekend at Worldfest. So let's hear from them right now. Neil and Kush, better known as Twin Jobby.
How's everyone doing tonight? Can you hear me? Hey, I'm Neil Nijavan, part of the music duo Twin Jobby. and we are honored to be performing at the Worldfest in our hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. You can clap for that. It's always a beautiful thing when you can have all these different cultures showcased in one setting. That's what makes Louisville a beautiful city. And the goal of Punjabi has always been to unite people and raise the vibration of the world. Thank you. I hope to see you this weekend. What's up, Louisville? How we doing today? My name is Kush Najavan. I'm the other twin brother of Punjabi, and we're very excited to be here. You know, we travel the world. We go to India, we go to Brazil, we go to France, we go to Germany. And the most common question we get is, where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? And every single time, we always say we're from Louisville, Kentucky. And we're so proud of that. So let's make some noise for that one time. You know, sometimes we get a blank stare, but we say Kentucky Derby. They say what? But we say Muhammad Ali. And every time we say Muhammad Ali, everybody gets it. So I think it's so beautiful that the champion of all champions comes from our city. And so we're so proud of that. But honestly, we have Worldfest coming up this weekend. And the beautiful thing about Worldfest is we have all these different cultures. We have people from Africa, from Asia, from South America, from Brazil. And we all come together through those differences. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I think about our Kentucky state motto. It's united we stand, divided we fall. And honestly, I think it's so cool to me that that's our state motto. And that's what I feel at Worldfest. So we're just really excited to be part of it. You know, we perform everywhere in the world, but this weekend we're performing at Worldfest in our hometown. And I can't stress enough how much this means to us. And we want to thank the mayor and the mayor's staff. We really appreciate everything, Mr. Mayor, you're doing for the city. And we're here to support you. And we're always praying for your success, because if you succeed, our community succeeds. So with that, God bless you. And we'll see you guys this weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil and Kush, so much. We're so excited for your performance here and excited for your continued success. You represent our city so amazingly well, and the rich, amazing facets of our city. So thank you, guys, and I'm so excited. It's what Worldfest is all about. So here are a few of the details. Worldfest begins on this Friday, August 30th, and it goes through Labor Day, Monday, September 2nd. If you want more information about the schedule or anything else, you can visit worldfestlouisville.com. So that's one of the two events that we have on this amazing Labor Day weekend in Louisville. The second wonderful event that we have is a one-day event, and that's every year on Labor Day. The Mayor's Hike, Bike, and Paddle. And this year, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary. This is going to be Monday morning on the Waterfront Park Great Lawn. We're encouraging everyone, before you come out to Worldfest on Labor Day, join us at the Great Lawn. Join us for activities that start as early as 8 a.m., and then the hike, bike, and paddle action begins promptly at 10 a.m. There are going to be three options to choose from this year. First, if you want to hike, hikers are going to have options to walk east along the Ohio River up to the River Park Place. You can make it as long or as short of a hike as you want, up to 4 miles, including going across the Big Four Bridge. That's what Rachel and I are most likely going to do. We're going to join the hikers this year. Second is the bike course. And this year we've got a great bike course lined up. We're going to be traveling east out of downtown through Phoenix Hill, through Cherokee Park, and back. It's going to be a wonderful 8.5-mile bike ride for anyone that wants to enjoy this great family ride throughout our city. We're encouraging everyone to wear helmets, and there will be some helmets that we'll be giving out before the event starts. So we want to thank our helmet sponsor, Brain Injury Alliance of Kentucky, who's going to be distributing free helmets before the bike ride so that everyone can ride safely. And finally, the paddle. I can't think of anywhere else in the country or world where you can have the unique experience that you can have right here in Louisville every Labor Day weekend at our Mayor's Hike, Bike, and Paddle. We're going to have a launch right from close to the Great Lawn, from the Harbor Lawn, and it's going to go downriver on a 6-mile route through the McAlpin Locks. That is incredibly unique, to be in a kayak or canoe and go through the McAlpin Locks. Again, only in Louisville experience can you have. And the paddle will end at the Shawnee Boat Ramp. We're going to have 30 kayaks available for for people that don't have a boat that are available on a first-come, first-served basis if you needed to participate. And we'll have shuttles to get everyone who paddles back from Shawnee Park back to the Great Lawn. I want to thank River City Paddle Sports, David Wicks, and all of the other paddling groups across our city for their help with this event and for their participation. Again, it's a truly unique experience only here in Louisville. And before the hike, bike, and paddle start at 10 a.m., we'll have other great festivities and activities that begin at 8 a.m. on the Great Lawn. We'll have fitness workouts by Limitless, Tai Chi by the new chapter of Tai Chuan and Qigong Institute, yoga by Yoga Louisville Downtown, Zumba, Hype 3 Fitness, and much more. So I encourage everyone to join Rachel and me and many other members of my administration and friends and families from all across the city Monday morning, this Labor Day, on the Great Lawn, starting at 8 a.m. and the hike, bike, and paddle will kick off promptly at 10 for the wonderful hike, bike, and paddle. And finally, I want to thank the great sponsors that make hike, bike, and paddle a reality. Coca-Cola Consolidated, MPC Promotions, WLKY, as I mentioned, the Brain Injury Alliance of Kentucky, Scheller's Fitness, Outdoor Media, 840 WHAS Radio, 98.9 KISS FM Radio, and Louisville Water Company. And finally, what's a great active event like this without T-shirts? You got to have them. So there are 2,000 free T-shirts waiting for the first 2,000 participants who join us Monday morning at Hike, Bike, and Paddle. There are going to be lots more activities. It's been a wonderful 20 years. This is going to be as big as ever before and as exciting as ever before. I thank everyone who's helping making it happen, and I look forward to seeing everyone on Waterfront Park Monday morning, and then we're going to get right over the Belvedere to continue partying with Worldfest and enjoying all of the activities. And finally, I want to give a special shout out to my colleagues behind me, to my colleagues across all of Metro government. There are so many individuals that go above and beyond every day, particularly when we have events like Worldfest and Hike, Bike, and Paddle. Colleagues of mine from our public safety agencies, from our emergency services, from the police department, from the fire department, from parks, from public services, and so many other of our departments that go above and beyond the extra hours, the extra days over a holiday weekend when others of us are able to enjoy these wonderful events, that they are working hard. And so to all of my colleagues from Metro government, whether they're on stage or whether they're working right now to get together for these big events, a giant and heartfelt thank you. Thank you all so much for everything that you do every day, and thank you for what you do particularly for these wonderful community events like Worldfest and Hike, Bike, and Paddle. And I know I've said finally a lot already, but finally for real, two last thanks. Thanks to another great sponsor, Molina Healthcare, who has been with us for so many years and continues to be a great sponsor of this weekend's events and also so many other things happening around the community. And last but not least, this is the one you guys are going to like most, a special thanks to Ramiro's, who this morning has with us some great food for all of the folks that are working hard to make Worldfest a reality and that are a great supporter and sponsor. We invite everyone who's with us this morning to enjoy some wonderful food from Ramiro's. So I look forward to seeing all of you for the wonderful events this weekend. Thank you all so much. We're going to do a quick little shift change here. Thank you, guys. We're bringing up some other folks. You guys can shift over, guys. Yeah, come on up. Yeah. So speaking of outstanding public servants, like the folks that I was just recognizing that are helping with this weekend's events, I've asked a few of my other colleagues to join me here today for a special recognition. We want to take a moment to celebrate Women's Equality Day, to commemorate the anniversary of the 19th Amendment to our Constitution that granted the women the right to vote. It's hard to believe that that was just over 100 years ago. Should have been far, far longer ago. That was celebrated yesterday, but we're going to celebrate it and recognize Women's Equality Day here today. I am so honored in so many ways as mayor, but one of the great honors I have is to work alongside these amazing, strong, creative, intelligent, caring, dedicated women every day. These amazing public servants who are working hard at Metro government as deputy mayors, as directors, as every other position throughout Metro government to work to improve the lives of our entire community. I join with my amazing colleagues that are with me here today to fight for women's equality, not just on Women's Equality Day, but every day. This work is so important for us as a city, for us as a country. Anything that limits the freedom, the opportunity, the safety, and the potential of women is fundamentally wrong. It betrays our values and shortchanges all of us. Gender equity is an urgent priority, especially now, as issues like women's access to critical healthcare decisions are being eliminated or severely limited. As your mayor, I will fight alongside my incredible colleagues here for women's rights every day of the year to ensure that women's voices and women's choices in every aspect of our life in our city and beyond are heard, are listened to, and are acted on. One of the many ways that we do that, and we try to do that through every department of Metro government, but one of the ways that we do that is through the work of our Office for Women. I'm proud that in the 1990s, I was the very first intern in the then newly created Jefferson County Office of Women. And I'm proud today as mayor to work alongside my colleague, the director of the Office for Women, Gretchen Hunt, who is doing important work to make our city safer, stronger, and healthier, to make it safer and stronger and healthier for women and for everyone in Louisville. So now, to join us in the celebration of Women's Equality Day, I'd like to introduce the director of the Office for Women, Gretchen Hunt, to join us to say a few words. Gretchen?
Thank you, Mayor. And I want to thank everyone who also gathered on Saturday at Central High School to celebrate Women's Equality Day. And if you have not registered to vote yet, there is a sign with a QR code over there. So please register to vote and get out to vote. We know that when we invest in women, the entire community rises. And when women are hurting in our entire community hurts. So we are laser focused at the Office for Women every day in raising the status of women and gender diverse individuals and girls. That's our future. That's our focus. And we want to make sure that we envision a Louisville where gender equity is the norm. Now, what that means is that for the men and the boys gathered here today, the Office for Women is for you too. It is an open invitation to join us in our work, because when we have paid parental leave for dads, that helps everyone. So get involved. I want to highlight just a few key successes of our office. We are raising the status of women economically by investing in women in our Strengthening the Village childcare project. I see my colleagues from the Office for Immigrant Affairs and See Forward Ministries who are working hand in hand in our office to empower Congolese and Rwandan women to open their own businesses in the child care sector. We are getting more firefighters in Louisville Fire. We are getting more women in skilled trades through our partnerships there, removing barriers and obstacles and making sure that girls who grow up in this city know that they can do any job. We are investing in the collective leadership of women in our community through our Office for Women Ambassador program, which has trained 50 people, and they'll be out here at Worldfest tabling for the Office for Women so check in with them. Last but not least, we are leading the way internationally. You may not know, but Louisville, the city of Ali, is one of 14 cities internationally in the City Hub and Network for Gender Equity or Change. We were chosen among small cities like London and Tokyo and Mexico City and Melbourne to join in this work, to transform spaces like the Belvedere, spaces all over the community to be more safer, welcoming, and inclusive for women and girls. So if you don't know about the Office for Women, you do now. Please join us in your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gretchen, and thanks to every one of my dedicated public servant colleagues that are here with me today. I learn so much from each and every one of you every day. I am inspired by the public service and the time that you dedicate to our city each and every day. And I'm excited about our future because I know I'm working with great people who are committed to a wonderful cause of making our city safer, stronger, and healthier. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate everything that you do for our city. And finally, as Gretchen alluded to, today, for our Louisvillian Doing Good, we're honoring a wonderful young Louisvillian, a very special one. Arian Ritchie first started training in track when she was only 5 years old. Her mom noticed her natural speed. Track and field coach DeJuan Hobbs saw her potential. At 6 years old, Arian won 2 MVP awards at races at the Speed Capital Series. At 7, she already finished second in the state competitions for 8 and under races. And by 8, she went undefeated in all states races, both indoors and outdoors. She broke records in the 100 and 200 meters. She also made the AAU Junior Olympics and recently returned to Louisville as the Junior Olympics 100-meter champion. Arian is now in 3rd grade at Price Elementary, and she joins us now. So please join me in welcoming Arian Ritchie and her mom. So Arian's going to talk in a moment, but before she does, I want you to know, Arian, that we are proclaiming today throughout the entire city of Louisville, everyone is going to celebrate August 27th, 2024 as Arian Ritchie Day. Congratulations.
My name is Arian Ritchie. I got this medal from the Junior Olympics in the 100-meter dash, and I'm happy to bring it back to my city.
Sha'Carri Richardson and Noah Lyles, y'all better watch out because Arian is coming for your world records, your Olympic champions, and we are so excited to have you here today and celebrate you. And I also want to say a special thanks to everyone around you, to your mom, to your coach, to your grandmother, who make sure you get to practice, who help and support you each and every day, to your teachers and your teammates. All of us, regardless of our age, need so many others around us to help make us succeed, to provide us with encouragement, opportunity, and support. And your family and coaches have done just that. Thanks to everyone, and thanks to everyone who helps make young people like Arian so special in our community and gives them opportunities to achieve their success, as Arian has just begun to show us how she's going to do. Congratulations and thank you. Well, that concludes the formal part of our presentation. I am now happy to take any questions from members of the media. And then I think Neil and Kush will be around for some media interviews afterwards if you all want to do one-on-ones with them or anything else. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Eleanor. Okay. I'll repeat the question since it's a little bit loud with this setup here today. Eleanor was asking me about some of my takeaways from the DNC last week. I was honored to be a Kentucky delegate to the Democratic National Convention, and it was an inspiring week. It was also an educational and productive week for me as well. I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with some of my colleagues who are mayors across the entire city. We had an opportunity to discuss some of the common issues that we're dealing with, like the challenges of building more affordable housing as quick as we possibly can, about reducing gun violence, exchanging ideas on how to make universal pre-K a reality, and so much more. So that was incredibly helpful and constructive, and we've hopefully created some new partnerships and opportunities that we're going to work on together as cities, but also in advocating at the federal level. We need the federal government's help in cities like Louisville across the entire city, across the entire country, to build more affordable housing, quickly, and to build it for those who are at the lowest income levels that need it most. I also had the opportunity to work on a little bit of economic development for the city as well. I met with a delegation from South Korea, the general consul, and others that were in Chicago for events surrounding the convention. I met with folks from France as well about opportunities where both there could be investment from their countries in Louisville or around Louisville, as South Korean company has done with Blue Oval SK, but also opportunities for Louisville-based businesses to export and sell their industries. And then finally, I was, of course, inspired. I was inspired by Vice President Harris. I was inspired by so many of the other speakers at the DNC. Their message of freedom, their message of moving our country forward gave me great, even more excitement, enthusiasm, and commitment to the public service that I'm doing along with my 5,000 plus colleagues at Louisville Metro government every day. And I return to Louisville with an even stronger commitment than ever before to keep working in partnership with others to achieve these big, bold goals that we have for our city. Roberto. Roberto's question was about some of the gun violence that we had over the last weekend, and that while other parts of the country are seeing decreases in gun violence, here in Louisville, our homicide rate this year is relatively flat. Our non-fatal shootings is down a bit. That is nothing to celebrate. We must continue to do everything that we can, and we are. Chief Humphrey and myself, along with so many other colleagues, this is not just an LMPD issue. We cannot simply police our way to safety in our city. Now, that's an important part. And Chief Humphrey and I have been working closely on that over the weeks. We are working on some new strategies that we're going to be implementing in areas of the community that recently have been most susceptible to some of this violence. We're also working on some new strategies because much of the gun violence that we're currently seeing in our city is targeted gun violence, where the victim is an intended victim and it's targeted. A lot of this is driven by gang activity that's going on in our city right now. And so we have reached out to increase partnerships with our state and federal partners to ask them how we can do more together to hold the individuals that we believe are responsible for some of this activity, hold them more accountable. We're also doing outreach to our judicial branch because, again, we cannot simply police our way to safety. We need partnerships with prosecutors and the judicial branch to ensure that individuals that are committing the most heinous crimes in our city are held accountable and held accountable for a significant period of time so that they do not commit crimes again. And I'm pleased that we have a strong partnership with our Commonwealth Attorney, Jarena Weathers, our County Attorney, Mike O'Connell, and we're working on some new strategies as well there. While we're working on some of these immediate things, we also have to continue on long-term strategies. That's why making early childhood education is such a priority of mine. group violence intervention. We are enhancing and providing some more resources and support for Mike Bogan at the team at Group Violence Intervention that we think we can enhance in better ways than we have before, working with LMPD in new ways, but also working with others. There is a lot that's going on. We're going to have an announcement very soon with the comprehensive things that we are doing that are short and long-term in nature. This has to end. And going back to Eleanor's question about the DNC, this was a topic on my mind every day that I was in Chicago. This was a topic that I talked with other mayors about. This was a topic that I talked with federal leaders about. We are going to continue to do everything that we can in Louisville to reduce the amount of gun violence. We also need others' help. We need help from members of the community. When you know of gun violence has happened, we need you to reach out, to call the anonymous tip line at LMPD to help us solve this crime, hold individuals accountable, and help make your neighborhood, your city safer. We need help from our friends at the federal level that can pass common sense gun legislation, that can reduce the number of illegal guns that are on the streets right now in the wrong hands. Last night, I was with former Republican Senator Bill Frist here in Louisville. He bucked his party and called for some common sense gun measures for his state of Tennessee to pass last year. Those have not yet passed in Tennessee, but we need to pass those in every state in the country that don't already have those laws. We need to pass those at the federal level as well, so we can have some help to do what we're working to do here in Louisville. So we need some help from the federal, state, and local levels, but that can't be an excuse. That's just one more tool that we need. We're going to continue to work every day on that here in Louisville. Yes. So the question was about the heat that we're experiencing right now and into the weekend. We are expecting good weather. We do encourage everyone to stay very hydrated. There's lots of opportunity for shade at Worldfest. You can see all the wonderful tents that we have. There is some shade on the Belvedere. And we do encourage people to bring water, to buy water, to stay hydrated, to stay cool. We're going to have lots of emergency and healthcare personnel here as well. And so if anyone is feeling the slightest bit affected by the heat, there will be services here for them at Worldfest. But we encourage everyone to stay hydrated and stay cool. All right. Thank you all very much. See you all this weekend, if not before.